Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we will be looking at things to know before lectures start. So on the topic of res, what will you need to bring with you to res? This is like a very common question. Now on campus, res will provide for you a bed frame, study desk and a chair, and that is about it, and a mattress obviously, but you will need to bring the rest, right? So you will need to bring cutlery such as spoons, knives and forks. Pots and pans will also be necessary, and maybe just 2 or 3 of them because you're just one person cooking for yourself. A kettle, iron, broom and mop to obviously clean your room as well. A bar-sized fridge to place in your room because your res will not provide for you or give to you a fridge. You will need to have one of those mini bar-sized fridges to place in your room. For your bedding, you will need to bring a duvet cover, pillow, pillowcases, and a fitted sheet. Usually the bed size of whatever res you're in will be a single bed, but just double check with the communication you've received from whatever res you apply to. Now in your bathroom, you will need your bathroom essentials like your drying towel, face cloth, mats, loofah. All these things will be necessary. Basically, whatever you use at home, you will need to bring. Many students also opt to come with their bulk groceries that they already purchased, and these would include the daily items that you will consume and use. Some of these examples would be your soap, body wash, toilet paper, roll-on, deodorant, dishwashing liquid, toothpaste, and others. Coming with all of this, however, guys, it is not necessary because there are grocery stores around whatever campus you're going to be on. So you can just purchase it from there if maybe carrying a lot of these things are too heavy for you. Next, we have an important event, orientation. As I mentioned in my previous video, orientation will be all about your introduction to whatever department you will be in. So for example, if you will be in the Faculty of Engineering and Built Environment, here is a list of just some of the departments that are there. Department of Mechanical Engineering, Department of Chemical Engineering, and so on. You will be getting introduced to these departments, right? Or the department that is relevant to you. You will also be introduced to your campus, the important places that you'll be frequenting during your time at UJ. For example, APK campus has a student center, of which every other campus also has one too. Here at the student center, you will find banks, a bookstore, Postnet, which offers postal and courier services, as well as other student necessary facilities. UJ also has what is called PsyCAD. Now, this is a place that offers students psychological and educational services. Now, if at any point, it could be in your first year, second year, third year, or fourth year, if at any point during your academic journey, you feel low, meaning maybe you're a bit depressed, something is bothering you, but you don't understand what, you feel maybe emotionally troubled, you can opt to visit PsyCAD and speak to a qualified professional. These are people who are qualified with the HPCSA, right? Now, all of this is free, totally free to UJ students and UJ staff as well. Now, PsyCAD is available on all 4 campuses. Now, another noteworthy mention would be the library. All campuses have a library. Here you can go to get some studying done or read books relevant to your course. There are also computers that are available for you to use to either complete your assignments or anything else necessary to your course. Lastly, your lectures. Now, the same way that you needed stationery when attending high school classes is the same way that you will need stationery when attending university, when attending your lectures. Now, the general items that you will need will be your pens. Now, we use black or blue pens in university at UJ when you write your tests. You will need pencils, erasers, notebooks to write down your notes, obviously, a ruler, and a water bottle to sip on when you are thirsty. Now, if your course requires a calculator, how will you know if your course requires a calculator? You've obviously read through your yearbook. If you see anything math related, financial related, accounting related, even to be honest, biology modules, they have their calculations. If you see anything statistics related, you will need a calculator. Now, depending on your course, you may need your standard Casio calculator, or you may even need a financial calculator. It just depends. You would know if you need a financial calculator because they will communicate this to you. If you can afford a laptop, then also please do purchase one. It is something that will make your life a lot easier in university. If you cannot afford a laptop, it is perfectly fine. Um, Luckily, our campuses have libraries that are equipped with computers that you can use to do your assignments, research, or anything else. In university, there will be a lot of note taking, either during your lectures or when you are studying. Now, that is if you are somebody who writes, because I know there are some people who will just attend the lecture and just sit there and not jot down or write down a single thing. But if you're somebody who writes, like me, you will write a lot. So I attached some examples of some of my notes that I made on my laptop whilst I was studying, just so you guys can see that, yeah, it is a lot. Now, I thought to add in the major ways that you will be taught as well. Now, first will be your theory. Now, your modules will have a theory component, which will mean that you will wake up in the morning and you'll go and attend your lectures. Your lecturer will go over their lecture slides during your module's scheduled time period. Now, secondly, you will be taught through practicals. Now, this will most likely involve you entering the lab or any other place and physically having to engage with relevant items. For example, in chemistry practicals, you will have to perform titrations or determine the pH of solutions. Now, this is a picture I took outside our lab at the Science and Engineering building. This is a microscope from one of the labs at the John Orr building, and this was something we observed under it. You will also have tutorials whereby a tutor will give you questions based off a chapter or chapters that you recently completed. You will answer these questions, and then afterwards, the memo will be given to you for you to see where you went wrong. Now, this is a perfect time for you to pinpoint your weaknesses and ask your tutor for help or your lecturer, because falling behind in university is so much more different than falling behind in high school. In high school, you could fall behind and manage with relative ease to catch up. Well, in my opinion, again, but in university, your falling behind is so, like, it does nothing for you. It stresses you out. It makes you not sleep because now you're behind. You need to catch up. But at the same time, whilst you're trying to catch up, you are also learning new things that you know you need to catch up on because you're not focusing, because the previous things you're busy trying to catch up on. It's just a terrible cycle. So just try your best to not fall behind. Where you do not understand something, please consult your tutor. Consult your tutor. If they do not explain it to you in a way that you understand, then go to your lecturer, right? And they will find a way to explain, and be honest with them. Don't just say, yes, you understand, when you don't. Allow them to repeat themselves. Like, please, that's at the end of the day what lecturers and tutors are being paid for, to teach you, to relay information to you in a way that you can understand. Obviously, also put in your own, effort to try and understand it. Use other sources like Google and AI, that being artificial intelligence. So these resources, Google, AI, you're meant to use them to better understand your coursework. Maybe there are things you do not understand. You use these resources. If you want alternative explanations, you use these resources as well.